My bank just sent me a promo to sign up for a savings account. Little do they know, I'm going to show you what a real savings account is because these guys think I'm dumb. So on my channel, I find ways to help you get closer to the goal of retiring young. That's the whole point of the channel, and I do that mostly through investments in stocks and personal finance. Today, I'm talking about savings accounts, and I have a trick. You might think it's clickbait, but it's not, and it's going to be something unexpected. So, on this channel, if you're watching this video, you don't skim through. No! All of my subscribees, what they do when I start a video is they grab paper, they grab pen, or they grab a cocktail or a juice. Doesn't matter, milk and cookies are fine too. And they sit back. They sit back like this. And they absorb the information like a sponge. No goldfish brains on this channel. On this channel, we're here to learn. So, dig in, grab your milk and cookies, grab a pen and paper, and let's learn something. We're looking at the website for Citadel. These guys just reached out to me. They want me to sign up for a savings account. No. Savings accounts are scams. They're for grannies, okay? Are we grannies? No, we're not grannies. Maybe there's a few grannies watching, but hey, listen. You could learn from the young whippersnappers because we're smart. We're ahead of the game now. We got ahead. We know what we're doing. After years and years and years of understanding the financial markets and personal finance, now we know, and I'm teaching it. So here's Citadel's website. They keep reaching out to me. They think I'm going to sign up for a savings account. No, I'm not stupid. Okay, you can fool other people, but I'm not signing up for this ancient dinosaur of a way of increasing your income through savings of a 0.5% yield. No, that's dumb. We're not stupid. It's the 21st century. We're not using these old platforms anymore. No, there's way better platforms. We're using what the suits use. Okay, look at this. High yield savings account, using the word high yield to make it sound like it's a lot. So they're giving you 0.5%. Ooh, what are you going to do at 0.5%? So also, you have to deposit a minimum of $10,000. Not everyone has $10,000, but that's what you have to deposit to even qualify for this. Is that what I'm reading? So, for example, if you are someone that has $10,000, you know how much you're going to make in 1 year? $50. You can't even buy a video game. There's tax. This is stupid. Don't do it. Banks are tricking you. They're trying to pull a fast one on you. They're using your money to lend out to other people, and they're charging them 20%. So why should they pay you 0.5? They can't even pay you 1%. Okay, so remembering this, even if you have $100 in there, it's not even close. What's that, 50 cents? Stupid. Now, getting into my method, the retire young method, not the granny method, look at this chart. Now, if you have no idea what the stock market is, you don't know what the hell you're looking at. You're looking at matrix coding, okay? This is like the coding to start Facebook. So I'm going to explain this so easy. A little toddler that can't even speak, all he says is Google Gaga, he'll understand this. So don't get intimidated if you don't understand the stock market. If you understand the stock market, you're already 3 steps ahead. So what we're looking at right here is a picture of the chart of the S&P 500. If you don't know what the S&P 500 is, that's totally normal. I have an example. So this is the S&P 500, okay? It's an empty tube. So what's in this S&P 500 is companies. Your Apples, your Facebooks, your Amazons, your Teslas. These stocks are inside the S&P 500, so we know how well all of these companies are together performing as one. So the S&P 500 goes up because all of these companies are moving in a certain direction. So this is a snapshot of what the chart is doing. So the S&P 500 went up 77% after the Rona crash. So sometime by the end of March, the market started to recover after Rona hit. They went up 77% from the start of the recovery. Now, what I'm getting at is this is what rich people do. They don't put their money in turtle savings accounts. That's what they should call them, tortoise. They're tortoise moving. They're slow, okay? This is fox speed. This is cheetah speed, cougars, okay? This is what the suits do. They take their money, they put it in stocks. Stocks go up. The entire S&P 500, these top 500 companies all moved as one in this overall direction, up 77%. So if you would have invested into the S&P 500 in late March, you would have made $7,700 on your $10,000 if you had $10,000, as compared to $50. So $7,700 in profit or $50. This is what the smart people are doing. We don't have time. You don't live forever. We don't have time to make $50 a year and save that with 10 grand. That's stupid. You could almost double your money by investing in the S&P 500. But this isn't the trick. So we're not into the actual meat and potatoes yet. I'm going to get there. I'm just kind of building up and kind of setting you up to understand why I'm mentioning the stock market. Now look at this. I know what you're thinking. So yes, what I'm saying is investing in the stock market, you're yielding way higher returns with your savings than with a traditional 0.5% savings account. But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, the stock market crashes. Why should I put my money into a market that crashes versus a savings account that can't crash? It can only go up. You're wrong. I'm going to show you why. If you would have invested your money right here, the poor sap that bought on the final day, right before the stocks plummeted, you wouldn't have even been screwed. No, you still would have been up. So the stock you bought here, you put your $10,000 in there, it plunged. One of the biggest crashes of all time in the stock market. But the stock market still went all the way up. We're above it. Look at this. So even if you bought here, if you still held, you would be up almost 15%. 15% as opposed to 0.5%. So even if you had your money in the crash, one of the biggest crashes of the stock market history, you would still be 15 times higher than a traditional savings account. This is what smart people do. Do not put your money in savings account. It's wasting. It's worse than watching paint dry. But let me show you the meat and potatoes. I'm not saying to invest in the S&P 500. I'm showing you this. Now, this is the meat and potatoes. This is what I'm talking about. ARKK is the ticker. This is the ARKK fund. Now, this is a fund, just like the S&P 500 is holding a bunch of companies. ARKK has hand-selected the best companies they could possibly pick. So it's very unlikely these companies will fail. And even if they do, you're still way higher than a traditional savings account. You have to hold it for a year. ARKK, 352% at the beginning of the recovery from Rona. So this is my favorite fund. This is what I'm using personally as a savings account. I have a separate portfolio that I'm just using with the ARKK funds for savings. So let's say you put your money in ARKK right here. You were very lucky if you did that. You would have yielded 352% versus your savings account, which is down here. This is how well it's doing. It has no dips, but that's how well it's doing. So even if ARKK plummets like 50%, which is unlikely, and heads back up, it's nowhere near down here. Savings accounts are jokes. You can literally throw your money in any one of these good companies and it's going to go up. But ARKK is one of the best. And I'm going to show you what companies are in ARKK. So here's a list of ARKK holdings. You have Tesla in there. You got Roku, Teladoc, Square, Zillow, Spotify, Shopify, Zoom, PayPal, all these big tech companies, Nintendo, I think Snapchat's in here. Yep, Snapchat, Morgan Stanley, Pinterest, all these big companies. Just Tesla alone is $900. So you don't have to buy a $900 stock. You could buy the ARKK fund for $1.50 and you're getting all these companies tied in. Also, ARKK pays a dividend. So not only are you getting the gains from holding the fund, you're also getting the gains from the dividends. Even if we have another big crash, one of the biggest crashes of all time, it's still going to be nowhere near your savings account. Your little dinosaur of a savings account. That's for grandmas that don't understand this stuff. And if you don't understand this stuff, it's very easy. The platforms that are out there now, Webull is one of my favorites. The link is in the description if you want to sign up for Webull. It's so simple. It's if you could order things on Amazon, you could buy a stock. You could go and buy ARKK. This is my personal opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. This is my personal opinion. This is what I do. And I figure I just share these tips because that's what the channel is. It's giving you ideas on how to retire young. And if you have your savings account yielding over 300% in 12 months, you're getting closer. Also, I do stock alerts. That link is in the description as well. You'll get a bing right to your phone when I buy, sell, reduce, add, or go all in on any of these stocks. because I'll watch them. I'm watching them very closely. I know exactly when I should be getting into these companies at the best point. Look at this. So my strategy for using this as a savings account, what I'm going to do is I'm not just going to throw, let's say you have $1,000. I'm not just going to throw it all in. You know, the stock right now is up here. I'm not going to throw it all in right here. No, that's dumb as well. What you do is you wait for pullbacks. That's when a stock comes down. When you see a stock is down 6%, 10%, that's when you buy. You buy when they're on discount. When they're red, that doesn't mean bad things. If they're good companies, it's not a bad thing. That's a discount. So this is what you do. Say you buy here, you wait. You wait until it has a big sell-off, which is right here. Then you add some more. So for example, let's say you have an extra $200 a month to put in. So you hold that $200, you wait. So when the stock has a pullback, which is this right here, when the stock comes down like 6% or something, that's when you put your money in. You put your savings in there, then you wait. So you have, I got $1,000 I want to put in. You wait. You be patient. It comes down here. You make another deposit. You put it in right there. And then it's heading up. You're like, oh, it keeps going up. This savings account is incredible. It's the Retire Young savings account. It's amazing. Now you're like, I want to put more money in. I got to wait. Look, came down again. You put it in here. You don't buy at the top. I mean, there's nothing wrong with buying at the top of these little peaks because it still goes up. But you could get even cheaper prices. When you get cheaper prices, you can make a lot more money sooner. So look at this. This is a comparison I made showing you the difference in the granny method versus the Retire Young method. If you have $100 in 1 year, you'll have 50 cents. If you use the Retire Young method, you'll have $352 in profit. So you have $452 overall with just $100. If you have $500, you have $2.50. You could buy a Coca-Cola. Or if you use the Retire Young method, the method of the future, you have $17.60, which is $500. $10,000. If you put $10,000 in, you would only have $50. With my method, you'd have $35,000, $45,000 total. This is how the rich stay rich. They use these methods. These are the smart methods. They're laughing at people that put money in savings account. Ask one rich person, how many savings account you got? They go like, what's a savings account? You mean like stocks? Yeah, they don't do this. So that is it. Overall, investing in the ARK funds, there's 5 of them. There's a biotech fund, there's an autonomous vehicles, robotics, internet. Look at the ARKK funds, see which one you like the best because there's different companies in each one. I recommend them all. I'm not a financial advisor. I just love doing this, and I love giving tips and tricks to the community, help you out, learn something, get closer to retiring young. So that's it. Like I said, check out the links in the description. If you don't have a trading account, you can sign up for Webull. If you want to chat with me directly, ask me questions, know what I'm buying and selling, that's in the description as well. That's the stock alerts. So that is it. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe if you're new to the channel. And don't forget, when you're subscribed to this channel, you're not just hitting the button that just subscribes you. No, it's doing things. It's doing magical things. It's getting you a little bit closer to retiring young.